Hi guys! Sorry I'm late. We had some technical difficulties, but I want to say welcome to all my Stampin' with Faith friends. Today we are, whoops, technical difficulties. I got the cat jumping on the table. Sorry guys, I'm trying. I'm in the process of getting things ready to move, so today's video is going to be slightly discombobulated from what you guys are used to, and I apologize, but we are live. So today we are going to be featuring our One Wild Ride stamp set. So I apologize, I haven't talked to you guys in a couple weeks. Like I said, we are in the process of getting things ready to move out, so because of that I've had to make quite a few changes to things. But last time we were together, we drew One Wild Ride, and we drew Real Red was our stamp color, our color that we are going to use. So we're going to use One Wild Ride today, and this is the card we're going to make. Isn't he adorable? It's totally awesome. So just as we drew last time we met, this is the stamp set we're going to use. Isn't it gorgeous? So now you're going to want to stay tuned to the end of our video, because coming up here at the end, I will draw for next week's stamp sets. So stay tuned. You definitely don't want to miss that. We are going to draw for and this is how it works. What we do, for those of you, hi Missy. Oh, thanks Missy. I'm glad you guys always like it. This one's a little bit different, and I'll show you once we get started here in just a moment. But what we're going to do differently on this coming up is we have taken in this little jar, I got rid of the popcorn bowl, that's what I did differently, and put it in this little jar because it's got a lid. That way the cat doesn't knock it over. But we have a slip of paper in here, and I have one slip of paper for every stamp set I own in the catalog that is current. So this is going to allow us to, once a week when we meet here, Tuesday 7 p.m. Central Time, to draw the stamp set that we're going to use in our live video. And then we'll also, as you can see, there's little color ovals in there too. We're going to draw the color we're going to use with that stamp set. So you never know what you're going to get, but then again at the same time, it's kind of neat because then you always get new, fresh ideas when we get going. So let me see. So before we get started with today's project, love to hear. Missy, tell me where you're from again. I forgot. I know I've sent something to you. You were a winner of my very first new catalog product drawing, but I don't remember. So if you are watching this live, or if you're watching it in the replay, just give a quick second to post in the comments where you're from. Definitely like to hear where you're from. I am located, for those of you that don't know, I'm in East Central Illinois. So I do want to get a few quick announcements out of the way. As I said, stay tuned to the end of our video, because then we're going to draw for next week's stamp set, so you won't want to miss not only our drawing to tell us what we are going to use next week, but then also we are going to draw for our color that stamp set's going to be used with. If we do get One Wild Ride again, I will pull it. I didn't pull it out of the box, but I will, because I don't want to do it twice in a row at least. So now again, once we get started, we're going to start making our card here in just a moment. But I do, as usual, once I turn the video camera down to the table so you guys can see my project, I will no longer be able to see the comments or any of your posts. But don't let that stop you from leaving a comment or a post. If you have questions or anything, definitely leave them, because I do go back after these videos are over, and Missy will tell you, I go back and I will read them later. So definitely, if you have questions, leave them in the comments below. So let's go ahead and get started. I've got one of our clear cases here, as I normally do, and I've got all of our stamps mounted. So I'm going to pull back our stamp set, and I'll show you what we're going to need. You will need only 2 ink colors today. You're going to need basic black, and you will also need crumb cake. Now I know you're saying, well, Faith, you told us you were going to do this in real red, and I promised. Our color is real red, and it is going to be real red cardstock. So these are your 2 ink pads. You will need crumb cake and basic black again. In your One Wild Ride stamp set, you will need your tire track. You will need your congratulations stamp here. You will need your road splatter here. And you will also need your Life's a Journey, Enjoy the Ride. We're going to actually do this one twice because we are going to punch it. So you will also need your Best Badge punch as well. Alright, so I have here a piece of Whisper White cardstock. This is my normal A2 size. This is going to be 4 1/4 across by 8 1/2, or I'm sorry, it's 5 1/2 across by 8 1/2 long. It is already pre-scored at 4 1/4. Now, one thing that I am going to do today differently than I have done in the past is, rather than giving away the stamp set or the product itself, because this one is one that I will probably keep for the rest of my life, I made some extra cards with this stamp set. So these are the cards we're going to make today, and I have some extra ones. So all 4 cards, the one that I made as a sample, these 2 extra ones, and the one I'm making right this very moment, I am going to give away to one lucky winner. We will draw that name next week. So that gives everyone time and a chance to definitely get your comments in. Definitely get your comments in. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, once I get the camera turned around, I will not be able to see you, but I do want to let you know. So I've given you the Whisper White dimensions. This piece is a matte black, which is 5 1/4 by 4. Then here comes our real red. The real red piece is 3 3/4 by 5. So just one slightly bit smaller. And then I also have another piece of basic black, and I don't have the measurements of this one. I'll post them in the comments later. I also have a piece of Whisper White that is a matte for this black one. We'll need that. And then I just have 2 scraps of real red. One little rectangular, big enough for our Life's a Journey, Enjoy the Ride, and our badge punch. And then this part, we're going to ink up just the journey section. So I'll show you that here in just a moment. Alright, so give me just a second. See if I can. I've got my helper Matt's here with me today, so I'm going to have Matt come over and say hi. Give me just a second here. Hey Matt, come say hi. Hello. Alright, I'm going to see if I can get Matt in here, because me being me, I left my scissors across the room. So I'm going to go ahead, and while he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera down so that you can see all of our lovely stamping. And actually, there's not really a lot. I'm going to go ahead and get our stamp sets open while Matt's coming in here. Get our ink cases open. There's really not a lot of stamping to this card, but it's really, really cute. And all the layers look really, really good. So, alright. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to get us a piece of scratch paper here as well. Like I said, my workspace and my office space is very discombobulated at the moment because I am in the process of getting ready to move. That's why I'm over here in front of the window and you're not seeing my whole room behind me today. Alright, so now I'm going to see, is Matt, are you coming?
Oh, sorry.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera so that we can show you the project. Give me just a moment here. Let's see if you can see. There we go. Now you can see the table. I need the box of scissors. There you go.
Right here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was sitting there.
And the adhesive there. All right.
Yes. Yes. Birthday?
No. No, the adhesive box.
Adhesive?
In the box. It's in the box. There you
In
go.
the bottle?
Box. Not in the bottle. In the box. All right, so we're going to start this card off. Sorry, guys. I am, like, way discombobulated today. Off with our road splatter. So we are going to do our road splatter, and this is in Crumb Cake ink. Make sure you can still see my table here. I'm going to work in a small spot today. I'm used to that part. But sorry, this room is a mess. Alright, so we are just going to randomly stamp our crumb cake here. Nothing too fancy there. Now the center I did not ink up and do the center for you guys because that's not going to matter. And we're done with crumb cake, so we're going to close up the crumb cake. So then we're going to switch over. We've got basic black here. And everything else we do is going to be in basic black. I did not ink up the middle because that's going to be covered. So that part is not necessarily as important so much. Alright, so we have our basic black ink here. And we are just going to ink up congratulations. Oh, perfect. Couldn't have timed that better. And now we are going to ink up our little rude tires. Again, this is all basic black. And we're going to stamp him down there. Wonderful. We're done with those two stamps. I'll set those aside and clean those later. Alright, so we're also going to take this and set it aside for just a second. We're going to bring in Life's a Journey, Enjoy the Ride. So we are going to ink that up, stamp it. Now you also want to look at your punch. You want to stamp down towards the bottom of your cardstock. So basically you're leaving yourself a tab on purpose. Alright, so now we're going to ink this one up again, and this is why we have the scratch paper. Because really all we want this time is just the word journey. And you see me, I'm inking it super, super well. I want that dark. Just the word journey to be dark. The rest of it does not have to be so dark. And it's just because we're going to be doing some tone on tone stamping. So if you look at the two, I'm going to turn them around. Hopefully you guys can see the difference. This is very, very dark compared to this one. This one we're just going to take our Best Badge punch here. And we're going to slide it in. I'll punch it sideways so you guys can see. And line him up. Punch him out. There we go. So that is that piece. Now for this journey piece, we are going to trim him out. I am going to leave on the top and bottom portion just a tiny sliver of that real red showing through. And then I am going to trim right along these banner tails. When I made my samples, I actually used the retired banner punch. So you guys could use that if you have that and you kept your retired punch. You can definitely do that as well. Alright, so that's it for all our stamping. Now all we have to do is some assembly. So I'm going to get out, I'm going to close up my ink here. I don't need to ink my fingers any further than I already have. I'm going to get out some snail. And then our journey piece is going to go right on top of our badge. So see, once we do that, our journey is a little bit darker than our badge because we inked him up really, really well. The other thing that you can do is if you have the new in the catalog mini dimensionals, they would be perfect for the back of this journey. And then you could pop that up and put some regular size dimensionals on the back of here. I didn't bring any dimensionals over with me, so I'm going to skip that step for right now. So we are just going to use some adhesive. And then that is going to go here. Let me turn this around. I forget that I need to make it so you guys could see it and not me, really. All right, so that's really our whole card. So now it's just a matter of putting together our layers. So we're going to layer this one onto basic black. And then we're going to put some more snail on here. And we're going to layer that one onto real red. There comes in our real red that we drew last week. But yes, I can't wait to move. We're getting a whole new studio. It's going to be exciting, and then I'll do a studio tour at some point once I move, but we're not moving till the end of the month. I'm just packing right now. All right, and so our last step was real red onto the basic black. So now I'm going to put some snail on that. And we're going to flip that over so it's on the front of our card, and we're just going to line that up and center that with a border as well. And there you have it. Simple. Really only piece that was had any stamping was the Whisper White piece and our little real red, and that was actually something I pulled out of my scraps bin. So a lot of times, think outside the box. It does not have to be difficult to create a really cute looking simple card, but it has many, many faceted layers. So definitely. Oh, I see you shared it, Missy. Thank you. Oh, you got the faceted gems. Lovely. I'm glad that you like them. I'm really glad. I wish I'd have gotten the gold ones for myself with that daisy set. I could see those totally being some sunflowers. But yeah, that's just the way that my brain works. So definitely. So here's our card that we just finished. Wasn't that fun? I love this. And this is, I think, what, our second or third time we've used this One Wild Ride stamp set out of 4 videos. So this is awesome. I love this stamp set. This is one of my go-to stamp sets. Like I said in one of my previous videos, my family grew up in the clubs and around bikes and whatnot. So this is definitely awesome. All right, so there was our awesome card. I hope you guys definitely loved it as much as I did. If you want to see more, there are past videos here on Facebook. Just search for Stampin' with Faith. You can watch those here live on, or those online. You can also join us here on Stampin' with Faith page live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. I promise I should not be late in the future, but you never know. Technical difficulties happen, and this time it just happened to be an issue with something I was trying to print. Now, if you want to purchase the One Wild Ride stamp set or any of the products used in today's video, definitely you can send me a private message and I'll get hooked up with you to get you that information or send you a current catalog if you don't already have one. But if you do purchase the One Wild Ride stamp set, I want to come back to this video, click on the comments below and share photos of some of the cards that you've made, or even just in general on our Stampin' with Faith page. Share photos of the cards that you make. I know I like to see them. I know there's some other groups that I belong to personally that I share some of the cards that I make for my videos, and I share those with other people. So definitely. And also, I do share my videos once they are finished. I share them to YouTube. So definitely leave us a comment in the comments below. Even if you're watching the video on YouTube, head on over to facebook.com/Stampin' with Faith. And that is with a capital STAMPIN, no apostrophe. And then, of course, the with is capitalized and Faith is capitalized also. But put together as all one word. So you can find us there on Facebook, Stampin' with Faith on Facebook. So definitely feel free to like our page. I noticed we were getting quite up there in numbers as far as members. So once we get a few more members and I'll set a limit or whatever that number is going to be, I'll do another live giveaway. So here comes that time of the week. So definitely don't forget, post your cards. If you have any questions, comments about the card that we just did, or cards you want to see in the future, any specific styles, genres, let me know. Definitely I'll be happy to crank those out, because I do these videos for you guys. It's just as much for me as it is for you. Keeps me creative and I love it. So we're going to go ahead without further ado, and we're going to draw for a stamp set. And I just knocked crushed curry out of the jar. That's alright. Alright, so next week's stamp set will be this one. Let's see. What do we have here? Ooh, Cookie Cutter Christmas. That's perfect. Perfect, because Christmas in July is coming. So now let's see the challenge as to, let me take out all the stamp set names so that my colors aren't hiding. And I need to get 2 jars. I just haven't done it yet. I've got too much on my plate, I think. Alright, let me pull out our stamp sets and then we'll choose the color. Okay. Alright, we've got Cookie Cutter Christmas is our stamp set. We'll put the lid back on. Give it a good shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your cardstock. And we are going to be focusing on Wild Wasabi. That'd be good. We can find some other Christmas colors to go with Wild Wasabi. I can do this. So we're going to pull these out and I'll set these aside so that I don't forget. So Cookie Cutter Christmas will be our stamp set, and we are going to do that in Wild Wasabi. And I know the writing is backwards to you guys, but I can't write backwards so you can see it, so sorry. Alright, so that is that. So if you make a comment in the description below, whether it be on the live video now, comment and let me know, even if you're just letting me know where you're from, or any questions or concerns, any kind of cards you want to see in the future. If you comment that, that would be awesome as well. We are going to choose one person, and I will be making those that drawing during next week's live video, and that person is going to receive all 4 of the cards. The one we did today, and this one's be the one that I would mail because it's completely flat, but these others have a little bit of I know you probably can't see this, but these guys have a little bit of dimension to them. I know you can a little bit there. So they've got some dimensionals under it. So I will be giving away all 4 of these next week during our next week's live video. So definitely stay tuned. Plus you want to come back and see how we come up with Cookie Cutter Christmas and Wild Wasabi. So you definitely don't want to miss it. It was fun, fun, fun doing One Wild Ride with you today. Definitely come back. Happy stamping. We'll see you next week. Bye.